Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Molly by Tyga. And it starts out with a really cool intro lick, and we'll talk about it in a minute, how we'll move this for key. But if you start low E string open, and then we're going to go first fret on the B string, and then open B string, and then open G string, and then second fret on the D string, and then first fret on the B, and then open B, and then third fret on the B. So we're going E, C, B, G, B, C, B, D for that lick. And that lick is actually kind of all around an E minor chord. And the way you play E minor, first finger goes on the A string on the second fret. Second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And actually, our whole song, you can play with just that one chord, just that E minor chord. But a lot of times, to make it more interesting, I like adding some things called strum patterns. And one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we just tried that a lot. We had down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we're going to do that a lot just to kind of get used to it. Now, a couple times in the bass line, there's a really cool part of the bass line where you're playing the open E, and then open E, and then going to third fret on the low E, kind of at the very, very end of the measure. And then there's some other times where we're playing open E twice, and sometimes 3 times, and then going open D string. So you can almost kind of imply chords to that bass line, that O, 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 3, O, 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 open D, open E, open E, open third fret on the low E, open E, open E, open E, D. So one thing I would do is kind of think about imposing kind of on that last beat some other chords. So for instance, you could start out on the E minor and then have the E minor, and when that G hit happens in the bass, you could actually go to a G major chord. And the way you play a G major, first finger is going to stay on the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go low E on the third fret, and the third finger is going to go to the high E on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord that sounds really, really happy. So you may want to try that E minor, G, E minor, G. Now the weird thing with our strum pattern is that G would happen on the very last down up. So you'd have an E minor with a down, down, up, and then G with a down, up. That's kind of how those would split. So we tried that. We'd have E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, G down, up, down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, G down, up. And then sometimes when the bass is hitting that D, you can almost imply a D major chord there. And the way you play D major, first finger goes to the G string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the high E on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret. And if you strum just the D, G, D, E, kind of the skinny 4 strings, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And you can actually do that same thing with the D major that we were doing with the G major. So you'd have your E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, D down, up, E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, D down, up. So one really cool thing you can do is kind of alternate between those for your verse. So you have E minor down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, G down, up, E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, D down, up. So that might be kind of a cool thing to try. And a lot of times with a song like this too, I like adding bass notes to my strum pattern. So one other thing that we could do is we could take the down, down, up, and turn it into a bass down, up, down, up, by taking our pick and just playing the bass note for the chord on the first down. So on your E minor, you'd have the bass on the low E string, and then down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, up. And you can still throw in your G and your D chords with that strum pattern too. So you get E minor with the bass, down, up, down, E minor with the bass, down, up, G down, up, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, D down, up, E minor with low E bass, down. I would think about adding to the tune too is working off of something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now our down, down, up is kind of splitting that in 2 parts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is to take the E minor and kind of do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the first beat. On the second beat, you're doing down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 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 1, up, down. And then on the fourth beat, you're going down, up, down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So all together, you got long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. Now, one thing you could try and add to that too is kind of getting in those G's and D's on the very last down up that we're doing. So we tried that. We have E minor with the down, 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 up, down, G down, up, down, E minor down, 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 up, down, D down, up, down, E minor down, 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 up, down, G down, up, down, E minor down, 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 up, down, D down, up, down, to kind of get those other chords in. Something else we might try is doing our bass with our 16th note strum pattern. So you may do the, so if we tried it that way, we'd have E minor with a bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, G down, up, down, E minor bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, D down, up, down, E minor bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, G down, up, down, E minor bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, D down, up, down. So all those are different ways to kind of play the tune. Now the weird thing is Tyga is actually starting on an F minor instead of an E minor. So if you want to play along with the song, like with the official recording, you want to take a capo and put it on first fret, and then now your E minor chord is really an F minor chord, and your G major is really an A flat major, and your D major is really an E flat major. But we could really be thinking those same things. So we got our intro lick where we got the 0-1, 0-0-2, 1, 0-3, 0-1, 0-0-2, 1, 0-3. And then we got our we talked about our down, down, up, down, up. So you could just do the tune with just the E minor with the down, down, up, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Or you may try it with that G and D added. So you have E minor, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, G down, up, E minor, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, D down, up, E minor, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, G down, up, E minor, down, down, E minor, down, down, up, D down, up. Or you could try it with the bass note added. So you have E minor with the bass, down, down, E minor with the bass, down, G down, up, E minor with the bass, down, down, E minor with the bass, down, D down, up, E minor with the bass, down, down, E minor with the bass, down, G down, up, E minor with the bass, down, down, E minor with the bass, down, D down, or you could try it with that 16th note strum pattern where you have the E minor, down, 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 E minor, down, 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 or you could try it with that 16th note pattern with the G and D added. E minor, down, 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 G down, down, E minor, down, 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 D down, down, E minor, down, 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 G down, down, E minor, down, down, D down, down. Or we could try with that bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, So we have E minor with the bass, bass, down, up, bass, G down, down, E minor with the bass, bass, down, up, bass, D down, down, E minor with low bass, bass, down, up, bass, G down, down, G with low, or E minor with low bass, down, up, bass, D down, down, and then there are a couple spots where they're just hits, where you just do an E minor, and you might want to take the flat of your right hand and just kind of kill the string. When those kind of happen, it's almost like stop time stuff, and then you kind of pick it back up on that chord progression. But that's the basics of how you could play Molly by Tyga. So good luck!